So it's a free study guide that we've created for your learning. So this is it. This is how it looks like, okay? And this is free. You don't need to worry about anything. It is free. So I've not done how much is the price. Dr. Mona, please, there's no price to it. This is MedCognito's contribution to the IMG community. Okay. And like those who have started using it have already started seeing a lot of results because so this is how it looks like. Okay. And then when you go in there, there's some motivation as well from me. Stay dedicated, stay focused, and remember why you started. So the reason why we have dealt with this is because you know that about 45% of the cases will come from emergency medicine, right? It's in the medical council's own table on how they distribute the questions, right? So that's why we started with emergency medicine. And emergency medicine, what are the topics you need to cover? If it's not in this book, if it's not in this study guide, don't learn it. I can tell you for a fact. And if it is in this study guide, please focus on it. Okay. So in emergency medicine, what are the topics you need to cover? You need to cover hypotension, you need to cover burns, you need to cover cardiac arrest. You need to cover cardiovascular accidents, chest pain, coma, all those ones. All right. So these are the emergency medicine topics. Then when you come to trauma, you realize that trauma is basically ATLS. So if you've taken ATLS, you are good. If you've not taken ATLS, what I'll suggest is that take your time and learn these concepts. And the emergency medicine recommended textbook you need to use is Tintinali. Okay. So this is Tintinali. One day, what I'll do is that I'm going to also conduct a webinar where we will talk about like the approved textbooks. Many people have not even heard about this book. This is the book that those who do family medicine in Canada, they go on to do, some people go on to do +1 in emergency medicine, right? This is the book they use. And this is the recommended textbook if you are learning emergency medicine for the MCCQE1. But when was the last time someone talked to you about Tintinali? Probably you've never even heard it before because all that some people talk about are the popular books. Oh, go and read this book. No. But these topics are also covered in some of the books which people recommend. So that is fine. But for me, I want to only recommend the medical council's textbook. Now, when it gets to internal medicine topics, this is the book they recommend. Harrison, okay? As I said, one day I'm going to have a session where we're going to talk about, the books the medical council has really, really talked about. The books, but this is the book they've recommended for internal medicine topics, and you will see it. So, for example, if you're going to master any of these, make sure that you've reviewed your Tintinali. If you can't review Tintinali and you can review from up to date, that is fine. And that is for people who want to study on their own, right? But you realize that we've also done all this. Now, when you get to respirology, these are the only topics you need to master. These are the topics you need to master under respirology. So blood in sputum, but blood in sputum may have so many things like bronchogenic carcinoma, tuberculosis, pneumonia, And so under every objective, there are causal conditions and you need to know. And then cough is also there. Then when you go to neurology, we have ataxia. That is why today the objective is on ataxia. There's cerebrovascular accident, dizziness. So I'm not going to waste your time to go through the whole book or the whole study guide. We've done we've done all that for you. And there's this other point called the non-specific system. So these were systems that when we studied it at MedCognito, we go like, okay, where does it really fall under? Does it fall under neurology or nephrology? And we're like, no, it doesn't fall under anything. So let's put it under non-specific systems, okay? So they are also here like oral conditions. That's where you meet aphthous ulcers and oral cancer and all those things. Then prescribing practices. And then you go on to nephrology. So that's why the last time we did acid-base balance, this is where you see hypokalemia, hyperkalemia, ECG interpretation, and all those things. Then you can come down to dermatology. In dermatology, they basically list this as skin and integument conditions. Okay, that's how they list it. And then you go to gastroenterology, and then you go on to obstetrics. So that's how it is. Then you come to other motivation, and then you jump into gynecology. But I want to just jump. So these are the objectives. So look, if it is in this document, learn it. If it's not in the document, forget about it. And why should you forget about it? Because Dr. Bruni said so. When I counted the last time, it's about 39 pages. It's about 39 pages. And then when you go down, we have the 3-month planner and then the 6-month planner. Okay. So if you go down, so cardiology as well, you go and meet the topics you need to master. And then when you go down, we have the study planner. So if you want to ace your study preparation in 3 months, follow this. What are you going to cover in week 1? We've designed what you need to cover, and then we've designed how you're even going to cover it. Okay. So MedCognito, we've developed our own systematic resource where you review, like for example, in week 1, you review the videos on all these topics: hypotension, burns, cardiac arrest, cerebrovascular accident, chest pain, coma, and then you do related quizzes in your portal, and all those quizzes are in your portal, right? So there's a question bank in there. So MedCognito is the only program which offers, a course like that, and also has a question bank which goes with it. Then in week 2 as well, you come to, infectious diseases. You go to ophthalmology. Okay, then you come to some pediatrics. Then you ask yourself, how are you going to review it? Then you use what we encourage. Then you go to week 3. So you do that for the 3-month study plan. Okay, this is all 3 months for you. And then if you want to use a longer period to prepare, then you can, ease it up a little bit. So week 1, what are you going to cover? And then how are you going to cover it? And then week 2, what are you going to cover? And how are you going to cover it? So doctors, preparing for the QE1 is not a mystery. I've seen on so many Facebook groups and where should I cover this? Everything is in the objectives, and the objectives document itself from the MCC is about 400 and something, and we've brought everything down so that it has become very difficult, easy for you to prepare. So in 32 or 33 pages, you have everything at your fingertips. From right now, it is for you. Please just use it and just kill it. Okay, good.